don't know what's going on. I don't know these people. Oh, I didn't do the murder. Oh, I was not. I was an eyewitness. Why am I part of it? Hey, what's good, YouTube? What's good, potentials? What's good, Sneaky Gang? How y'all doing? Hey, if you don't know, but now you need to know. Hit the clap.
Hey, look at me dead in my eyes. I know that you know that a nigga ain't lying. Too much respect. All of my shorty BDs, they know that to try.
80. We back with another what? Another reaction video. We gonna be reacting to the terrible news about Julio Foolio. But first of all, hope y'all been sneaking and creeping, staying healthy and wealthy, and having emotion flowing like the ocean. Stay tuned for what I'm finna say at the end, and let's get into the clap.
A Julio Foolio trial has started, and the 5 cockroaches who murdered Julio Foolio, they're cooked. Right? Absolutely cooked. Now, 5 cockroaches has been accused of murdering Julio Foolio. However, only 1 cockroach is currently on trial, and that's the only female of the group. Now, the reason why she's going at trial separately is because her defense is a little different than the others. Their defense is, we ain't do it, right? These white folks is lying on us. The white men want to hold us. We ain't do it. I don't know what they talk about. Her defense, though, is, well, I was there when it happened, right? They definitely murdered Julio Foolio, but
Damn.
I didn't know what was going on. I was a bystander. Me and my boyfriend had a vacation booked, and he did a drill while we were on vacation. I don't know what took place. I don't know what happened. I'm innocent. Her name is Alicia Andrews. Now, Alicia Andrews was dating one of the other cockroaches, okay? Now, that other cockroach, he's a rapper, and he's really close with Young and Ace and them, but his role in this, he was not one of the shooters, no. Apparently, him and Alicia is being accused of running surveillance for the shooters. They were the ones who went around looking for Julio Foolio. Once they found Julio Foolio, because Foolio was posting his location all night, they got to the club that Julio Foolio was at, and they followed him all night.
Damn.
And as they was following Foolio, they was communicating with the shooter, calling him. Now, when they were communicating, they...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. She's a snake, bro. She ain't, no, it's not something like a rat. She's a snake. And I mean the type of snake where you can't even trust her, bro. She literally what was her motive? What was her motive to kill the dude? She talking about, I didn't kill the dude, but I was there. You basically set up the murder case. You got him killed, so you basically did kill him. This, bro, see, now I kind of see why it's kind of good for cops to do this type of job, because you got goofies like this that just run their mouth or run themselves to say, oh, yeah, I'll get you killed. I send a bunch of people on you and stuff. It's so stupid, bro. What she did was so stupid. Like, and then dating somebody else while you with Julio Foolio? You a snake. Got him killed because you dated another rapper, and then you, like, what was your motive? That's what I want to know. What's your intentions?
Was using Alicia Andrews' phone to call the killers and let them know, hey, Julio here, Julio there. Her boyfriend is the cockroach on the left named Isaiah Chance. Now, Isaiah Chance is a wannabe rapper, thirsty for some clout and fame. Now, the other dudes, the shooters, because the shooters were Sean Gothright and then Davion and his brother, right? So they were the shooters. Now, they had personal beef with Julio Foolio, right? The brothers who killed Julio Foolio, they had personal beef, right? Julio Foolio was accused of going to their brother grave and pissing on it. Julio Foolio, like, took their brother killer when he got out of jail. Like, bro, he took him all across the country, brought him to a no-jumper interview, gave him clout. So they got personal beef with Julio Foolio. Sean Gothright and Isaiah Chance, for the most part, for lack of better words, they D-Rodders, all right? They were D-Rodding the Zach, all right? Trying to get in where they fit in. So they committed a body on someone they don't know, had no beef with for the most part, right? Because they wanted to fit in. The prosecutors had so much evidence they wanted to
fit in like a bunch of goofies.
Introduce so much overwhelming things they wanted to talk about that the prosecutors' opening statements ended up being 2 hours long. Whoa, 2 hours long. Now, one of the things that surprised me during the opening statement, because a lot of us thought Julio Foolio got murdered because he's dropped his location during his birthday.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's why he was killed. That they was in Jacksonville minding their business. They looked on social media. Julio Foolio was posting about his birthday. He dropped his location. They hopped in the car and drove to locate Julio Foolio. Come to find out, that's not the case. That's not what happened. This
Damn. I thought it was a whole Pop Smoke scenario. I was like, why would he do that? And then you have, because bro, if that was really the case, these people wouldn't have killed him. It would have been somebody else that probably would have tried to rob him, and there would have been a whole Pop Smoke situation. But since that's not the case, let's get into the case. Must be cold.
was in action days before.
What?
Charles Jones. You've heard his name in the indictment. That's his face. Just a few seconds of the mountain of evidence that you will see in this case of what happened that night. Evidence that will show you clearly that these co-conspirators hatched this murderous plot not minutes, not hours, but days before this.
Damn.
Formulating in their hearts and minds this agreed upon, collective, and confederated plan with one common agreed upon goal: death, violence, and murder. A conspiracy motivated and hatched days before, hundreds of miles away from Tampa. A conspiracy that would span through those days and over 500 miles of travel.
I know that Julio Foolio posted a flyer letting people know he was going to be hosting a party in Tampa for his birthday weekend. So my best guess is they located or seen that flyer. They knew he was going to be in Tampa. They went to Tampa, booked the Airbnb, and their plans was, hey, we're going to stalk him tonight. Right? We're going to try to locate him. We're going to watch his story, see where he's at, and try to coordinate this hit. That right there is what I believe took place. Now, Alicia Andrews is saying, hey, listen, they planned it for days beforehand, but I had no idea about this plan.
Cap.
Right? Isaiah Chance is my boyfriend. Now, as far as I knew, we were...
The person that's in the evidence, probably the person that didn't do the killing, is your boyfriend. So what is that telling the judge and everybody right now that's sitting there? Woman, you saying that you had no, part of it, but this is your boyfriend that had part of it? You knew. You knew. You can't lie and say, I wasn't there at the evidence. I didn't know what was going on, but Isaiah's my boyfriend. You think your boyfriend that want to be a wannabe rapper, and you talking to Julio Foolio, who is a successful rapper, you think he not going to want to tell you, hey, since you're associated with him, can you get me connected to him? You think that's not going to be happening? No, I'm asking you. You think that's not going to be happening? Because I know for a damn fact that that's going to be happening. I know that for a damn fact that's going to be happening, but you want to be like, I didn't know that, this whole thing was going down. Stop the cap. Just say you guilty and move on with your sentencing. You know what was going down. You know what was going to happen. You know how it was going to go. But yet you want to sit there and lie. How you want to tell the truth and lie at the same time? I don't understand. You might as well say the full thing or lie with the whole thing. Huh?
Booking Airbnb to hang out for the weekend. I had no idea that when we're going to go hang out for the weekend or, go to this vacation, I had no idea that I was going to be a part of this murder plot. I had no idea that my boyfriend was stalking or surveilling Julio Foolio. I was just going along for the ride with him.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there was no evidence whatsoever that Alicia Jones that Alicia Andrews killed Charles Jones. No evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews wanted Charles Jones dead. no evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews did anything to help that group of men kill Charles Jones.
That's cap.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're not just here to deliver a verdict. You are here to right a wrong.
I don't know if he's a public defender or a paid attorney.
Facts.
Now, he did bring the energy up. I'll give him that, right? Because the prosecutors were pretty, like, nonchalant, indifferent. He brought the energy up. But I don't think I've seen anyone start off an opening statement sitting down, screaming at the court or at the jury without the mic near him. But that's how he chose to start it off.
Alicia Andrews was on a weekend trip with her boyfriend with only one agenda, to be with her boyfriend.
Okay.
2, Alicia Andrews is not in a gang.
So let me ask you a question. Since you're saying that her intentions was to be a week on her with her boyfriend, how did they get in connection with the whole killing and the whole case? I'm waiting because, bro, you can't sit up in court and be drawn into an evidence if you were never there. You can't be sitting in court and to be drawn into a murder case if you was not planning it. You can't be there and be put on trial for a case if you did not know when the killing or set up the killing for it to happen when you were not there. She knew what was about to go down. She was the one that was the mastermind plan. She was the girlfriend of Julio Foolio and had another boyfriend on the side that was jealous and wanted to set this dude up. And she loved her other boyfriend more than Julio Foolio. That's what went down. A lot of people are going to tell me, hey, man, the video ain't even over, though. How you know that? Bro, you can see it right there, bro. A dog that loves its master ain't going to go to a king that's feeding him with great meals. He's going to love his master more and sabotage the king. Huh? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. We see this every single day in our life, but still we keep acting clueless. The judges in trial and court just want to go through the process. If I was a judge and I seen that what was going down and hear the story and stuff, I would just convict her right away. I wouldn't even waste time and be like, you guilty, you're going to life in prison. Swear.
With the exception of her boyfriend, Alicia Andrews did not know any of those men in that group, and none of those men in that group knew Alicia Andrews. As a matter of fact, if there was some conspiracy, Alicia Andrews was not in the loop because she was not in the group. 4, Alicia Andrews is not a part of the drill rap culture, nor the drill rap scene. 5, Alicia Andrews did not have any physical evidence on any weapon displayed by the state. You would not find DNA, fingerprints, no physical evidence whatsoever linking Alicia Andrews to this case.
I'm always a big fan of the defensive, which is, hey, bro, I'm guilty, but I ain't that guilty. I did it, but I ain't do it like that, bro. Like, y'all added extras on it. I'm a fan of those defenses, bro, right? Because usually I appreciate honesty in a lot of these things, all right? Like, for example, Nipsey Hussle's killer, he tried to do the exact same defense. He said, listen, I killed Nipsey Hussle. I did it. Y'all got me, all right? But I ain't do it how y'all say I did it, bro. Like, I ain't some type of super premature, like, premeditated killer. Nah, bro, I went to talk to Nipsey Hussle. He called me a rat, and I committed a murder out of crime and passion. He tried to plead to crime and passion. He tried to get that. Because crime and passion is 15 years. And if you admit you committed a murder, but you did it because it was a crime and passion, because Nipsey Hussle called you something that antagonized you, and you are a street dude, so hence you're this Neanderthal who you think like a primate, and he called you this, so you just had to act like an animal. He tried it. It didn't work because one of Nipsey Hussle's homie, they testify, Nipsey did not call him no snitch. They had a friendly conversation. He went and came back and killed Nipsey Hussle. So hence it's premeditated. It cannot be a crime of passion. This case, she's saying, listen, y'all got me. Okay, my boyfriend lying, the co-defendants lying, the killers lying. They were there. They killed Julio Foolio. However, I didn't know they were going to do it, right? I was there when they linked up. I was there when they called each other. He even used my phone to call one of the killers. However, I did not know what was going on. I was on a weekend vacation with my boyfriend in Tampa, right? We booked an Airbnb. I was in love. And he just drove me around as he...
Why is there so much cap in this story, bro? I don't like the fact that she said, I didn't know my boyfriend was doing this stuff, when it clearly showed on the text message that you all knew his location. You're part of the crime. I don't know why you're trying to lie to everybody and say you're not part of the crime. Why are they letting this story fly? They should have shut her BS story down, bro. You gonna tell me, let's just take the scenario. If you and your boyfriend were going to a vacation far away from where Julio Foolio was, right? How the hell did the information on your phone connect with the killers? That's the question everybody don't want to ask. And the lawyer trying to make it seem like, oh, she wasn't there. Boyfriend was in a different place. Oh, they were just having a vacation. Bro, explain to me why the connection of her and her boyfriend has a phone call to the killers of where Julio Foolio is. Are we missing that? Like, are we really missing that? It's right there in front of our faces. And a bunch of people are just like, oh yeah, she's innocent. Are you kidding me? Bro, I could go and murder somebody right now down in the street and be like, I was not there. And then my phone tracks was right there. And I'll be like, well, I was over here. When the phone is really showing where you was at. You gonna lie about your phone too? Oh, that's not my phone. All your contacts, music, and everything, friends, and social media on the phone. You gonna lie about that one too?
He committed, like this murder, but I had no idea. Now listen, a lot of y'all may think this is like, come on, chick, like cut it out, bro. Exactly. You were a full participant. But can I say it with an absolute certainty that a jury won't give this any action? I can't, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I've seen stranger things happen. Like, come on, Hernandez Govain, young Dolph alleged killer. He beat the case.
What?
And his defense was, hey, I know everybody around me wanted young Dolph dead, right? What? I know Big Jug was over my crib and, and like one of the killers came over and the killer is claiming that at that meeting, we put the bounty on young Dolph's head. But listen, he's lying. I don't know what happened. What? Right? Y'all have no physical evidence I did this. I don't know what happened. And he beat it. So she may have some action at this.
She says how many rooms? She says 2. Now, there's some assumption on Detective Ramos' side that because Alicia Andrews asked for 2 rooms for this romantic getaway, as he claims it to be, was some indication that she intended for this other group of guys to come to the Airbnb with them. In reality, Miss Andrews and Isaiah Chance were kind of on the outs. Didn't know if they were going to be on the in or outs. So they got 2 rooms, bigger, more comfortable, some space for this trip that was to be a trip of reckoning and maybe reconciliation. Ultimately, though, Alicia Andrews and the friend or follower does not book the Airbnb. Somebody else does. Alicia Andrews did not know that somebody else books the Airbnb.
Who booked the Airbnb?
She was out of the loop. Nonetheless, Airbnb booked on the way to Tampa.
Who?
Isaiah Chance, and you saw the video. before he picks up Alicia Andrews, stops by Sean Gaithwright's house, where he packs up all of these bags. Alicia Andrews never sees what goes into the Impala. She's not a part of that packing process, not in the loop. Isaiah Chance goes and then picks up Miss Andrews, brings her back to where they pack the bags, and then they head down to Tampa.
When they got to Tampa, the police have a full surveillance on how she earned herself a murder charge. When they got to Tampa, they went to the McDonald's. Now, at the McDonald's, they have footage of Isaiah Chance and her. At the McDonald's, she didn't have on a mask. So the investigators and the detectives believe fully that she knew what was going on because she didn't have a mask at McDonald's. But when they were surveillance, Julio Foolio later that night, when they was going to the club where Foolio was at, looking for him, she had on a mask. When they was following Foolio, she had on a mask the entire time.
In the interrogation room, Detective Ramos tells Alicia Andrews that she must not be wearing a mask at the clubs to conceal, she must be wearing the masks at the club to conceal her identity because she's not wearing the mask at the McDonald's. But the reality is, Alicia Andrews thought that it was just going to be her and her boyfriend.
I'm not Bobo the Fool. You not Bobo the Fool. You know why she had on that mask, bro.
Right.
She had on that mask to conceal her identity. She knew what was going on. Because if Foolio would have seen her, he would have knew, okay, they got a drop on me. And he not lacking. Right? He getting straight to it. She knew what she was doing. Now, her defense team, they came with a strategy. Now, they had an explanation for why she had on the mask just for when they was following Foolio, but
I ain't gonna lie, Sneaky Game potential, but she's cooked. Her defense team, you could tell he's lying. Story's just not matching up. It just doesn't make no sense. She don't know the guys. All of a sudden, her boyfriend and the dude that was part of the killers gets into the car. What? He's part of the... Bruh, the boyfriend didn't do the killing. Her and the boyfriend didn't do the killing. But the other dude that gets in the car, your boyfriend must know him. Your boyfriend must have told you who he is. I'm trying to be on your side, but I already know you guilty. Your boyfriend know who he is. You don't know who he is. Your boyfriend tells you who he is. And the fact that you don't know who he is and he gets in the car, that's already a red flag. That's already a red flag. That's already telling us that you already know who this person is. Because why the hell would you be in the same car if you don't know who that is? You would have told your boyfriend, I don't know him, get him out. And your boyfriend would have respected that or disrespected that and still let him in the car. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to drive a point here. Well, I'm already hitting the point. The thing is, Gathering, I think that's his name, Gatherer, is part of the shooters. And by you saying you were not around the shooters and you didn't know what was going on, that can't be possible. Gatherer would have been talking to Isaiah about, oh, we're going to catch this dude. And you're in the front passenger side. You're hearing the whole thing. You knew what was going on. I'm sorry. I tried to give you that leeway. You're not guilty. But the lawyer, I'm telling you, your lawyer screwed up by saying Gathering, this, that. People got in the car. They're trying to go on a honeymoon. You couldn't go to Orlando, Florida. You couldn't go to Southwest Florida. You had to go to Tampa. Mind you, I don't even know that much places in Florida. But you couldn't go to some other place other than Tampa? What's so good about Tampa that you had to go there? That's what they will have to ask these questions. Why? And if you can't answer them, damn. Yo. That ain't no way.
Have the mask at McDonald's or anywhere else. He says the reason why was because her boyfriend told her, hey, we about to go out to eat. But instead, they linked up with Davion, which is one of the shooters in this case. And when they linked up with Davion hopped in the driver's seat. Chance hopped in the passenger. She was in the back. And she was too shy to tell him, man, stop smoking, stop doing this, because Davion took over the entire scene. Like, he came hopping the wheel, driving like it's his, moving like it's his, smoking. And she says when she got around other people like Davion, she became shy, so she put on a mask. And when they went to the club, she was shy, so she put on a mask because it was no longer just her and her boyfriend, it was other people around. That's why she had on a mask. I'm not buying that, not one bit.
What?
Now, as the story progressed, it gets to, okay, cool. Why was your phone used to locate the killers? They have another creative explanation for that. Hey, Isaiah Chance was on the phone. We don't know what they was talking about with the killers. We don't know what they said with the killers, okay? But whatever Isaiah Chance told the killers, she couldn't decipher it. She didn't know what was going on, all right? Because she couldn't really make out what they was talking about. And y'all don't even know if Isaiah Chance was talking to the killers or if the killers was talking to him.
No reason to wear the health mask, the medical mask. Then she didn't know that Davion Murphy was going to bum rush the ride and take control of the driver's seat, let alone did she expect Isaiah Chance to let him do so. So she's caught without her mask unexpectedly. Davion's in the video, you see him smoking and puffing, and Alicia wants to say something, but she can't. Because she's afraid to say something to this guy who just bogarted the cruise, made her man get in the back seat, and took over. She won't say anything. Not because she was trying to hide herself. She didn't say anything because she was scared. Not because she wanted the guy to smoke in her face, because she was scared. They get back to the Airbnb, and a few hours later, they head out again. Go to Club Teaser.
So wait. Let me understand. She's scared in the car, right? She's scared, right? She's scared. You go back to the Airbnb, right? Why ain't you not scared at the Airbnb if you really scared of the dude that's driving? No, all 5 of y'all got out and went back into the car. But you're scared, right? If you're really scared, you should have stayed at the Airbnb. You should have told your boyfriend, hey, I ain't coming. I'm scared. I don't know who that dude is. Why didn't you not do that? Alicia, why you not do that? Bruh, I'm trying to tell you, the way your lawyer is putting the story, you're not getting out of this. You're just not. Bro is cooking up a good lie, but the lie is just so terrible because, it's just not connecting. It's just not. What did they say? It's just not mathing. It's just not mathing up. It's not mathing. For real.
Now they're in the cruise again, and Isaiah Chance is driving. Now the state asserts that because Isaiah Chance is driving and Alicia Andrews is right next to him while Isaiah Chance is on her phone, Alicia must have heard everything Isaiah said.
Must?
They got that from Juan Ramos. But that's a bad assumption. Because there's...
To that comment, Your Honor.
Fast.
Proper.
Anyway, again, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this are just the opening statements. The attorneys are telling you what they believe the evidence will be. That's all that it is, their belief. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's a bad assumption. Because there's no way of knowing. Although the cell phone data shows that that line was open and there was communication between the two phones, there's no way of knowing whether Isaiah Chance was the talker or the listener. And even if Isaiah Chance was the talker, there's no way to know whether he was using explicit language that Alicia Andrews could understand. So when in the interrogation room, Detective Ramos asks Alicia Andrews what Isaiah Chance was saying, and she says, I don't know. It was the truth. She didn't know. And there is no evidence whatsoever to the contrary.
I'm not buying it, not one bit, all right? But I can't tell you a jury won't buy it. Understand, if she was in the car with the actual killers and shooters, the people who hopped out and shot and killed Julio Foolio, there's really no explanation. Rather, you had any hand in it. If you was in the car with the killers, you are also a murderer, right? Like that's just the law, right? If you was in that vehicle, you had a hand in that murder, you're being charged. But she was on the other team, supposedly, right? She was on the team with her boyfriend where they was on surveillance watch. So if she's saying, hey, I was just in the car with my boyfriend, he's the one who called the killers and let them know Julio Foolio dropped. He's the one, not me. I don't know what's going on. Then that's like a different story, right? Like that right there, I don't know. Would a jury convict her of first-degree murder if the police can't really prove that she knew for a fact? She does have a steep hill to climb trying to explain why she was with her boyfriend, mask on, following Foolio around the entire night. She got that to explain, but I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this?
She's cooked. She's cooked. You know when they, bruh, no harm to animals. No harm to animals. But everybody that kills deer, eats chicken, and some of y'all maybe beef for cows. When you kill the animal, right, or you slice the animal's throat, my bad if it's someone out there that loves animals. I'm sorry for explaining this. When you kill an animal or slaughter their throat, what is the first thing you do? You clean out their systems and everything. And then what? You cook them. She's cooked. She's cooked. I don't know. Like, bro, your lawyer's lying. The story doesn't add up, which is so sad on your part. You're surveillancing what your boyfriend's talking about. You know that they're about to murder somebody, and then you say to us, you have nothing to do with it, and you didn't know the guys when you was in the car with them to the Airbnb and back? And your best answer is you was scared. Why you not still at the Airbnb? Then you talking about, you know, I don't know how the murder happened. Huh? What are you talking about? Girl, you would not be in this situation if you didn't know what was going on. Girl, you wouldn't be in this situation if you wasn't associating with your boyfriend. Girl, you wouldn't be in this situation if you did not allow the people to get in the car with you. You wouldn't be in this situation if you was at the Airbnb. All of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. I don't know these people. Oh, I didn't do the murder. Oh, I was an eyewitness. Why am I part of it? And then you have a lawyer that's telling the story like he was there, like he's seen it, like he can portray how you were feeling. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. And what is this? What is this? A right to compassion for killing? When was that even a law? So what? I could have a passion for what is it called? In Atlanta, there was a show. In Atlanta, the show Atlanta, right? The dude hanged up a tower phone, a tower thing, and he was getting ready to shoot it, and it was pictures of a dog. They told him right away, you gotta take that down. You're not shooting and aiming at no dog. And the dog was like, but these dogs in my neighborhood is dangerous. So if I'm over here shooting at dogs and stuff, and then say, you know, I felt scared. It's like, why do you have to be in the scenery if you're scared? You might as well run away. How everybody does. They see something scary, they run away. They don't go and investigate it. But you was there. You was there talking about, I had no part to the murder. How you have no part to the murder if you're there? That doesn't make no damn sense. Like she cooked, bro. Lawyer over here trying to lie. The person tries to call objection. The judge is like, we trying to hear it out. Judge, I know you're not stupid. You already could tell that this is not going the right way where they want it to go. They want to dismiss this case and make it look like they weren't even part of the murder. 5 dudes, including her? She's part of the car. Part in the car. How they be saying, oh, this person got in and he took over the whip and she was scared. They went into the Airbnb and then she got... What is all this nonsense? I thought your first defense is, I don't know these dudes. I don't know how. I wasn't even part of the murder. Why are you around these dudes if you're not part of the murder? These questions they not even asking yet, bro. Why are we letting a bunch of goofies talk on the stand when the answers is right there? When the answers is right there. I don't understand this, bro. How Poetic Flacco said, shout out to him for making this video. He literally said, y'all could be Boo Boo the Fool. Because, bro, the way it sounds, nobody's gonna say, oh yeah, she was not part of it. Bro, she was part of it. You're around where the people are, and then your lawyers. Oh, I explain too much over and over and over the same thing. But I just want y'all to really think. I don't want someone in the comment section to say, she didn't do it. Because obviously she did, bro. But potentials. If you're new, subscribe. Sneaky Gang Potentials. Like the video. Yes, like the video. Comment down below what you think of the video. Share to whoever. Family, friends, brothers and sisters, cousins and nieces, uncles and aunties, exes that you had in the past, and exes that we hope you don't have in the near future or the present. Because remember, Sneaky Gang and Potentials, we pray for success, not for failure. And it's your boy Sneakywesti on Sneakywesti. I'll see y'all in the next reaction video. Peace. Yeah, man. R.I.P. to Julio Foolio, man. He should have never died. The man was making some great music, bro. It's like J.D. Youngin, bro.
Hey, yo, Geek, you made this?
I've been blowing through the money like it growing trees. I've been fucking on a French bitch, say la vie. I just put them on a jet, now they all Italian. Way I'm dressed until I've been to $1,000. This bitch lie by getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she still